Hello everyone, my name is Ryan, and in this video we're going to be doing some last minute harvesting before fall and winter kind of kicks in here. We have sweet potatoes to harvest and probably some tomatoes, watermelon, and maybe some green beans. Cara's feeling under the weather today. I'm going to be taking care of all the harvesting and things that need to be done today. Before we get into the sweet potatoes, I'm going to water the fruit trees that we recently planted. We're trying to get these watered every day just to make sure they stay moist. We also have the excess dirt and rocks and stuff to clean up, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that now. All right, we got all that cleaned up nicely. So that's nice and buttoned up. We'll see how straight these trees grow. I may put in a couple T-posts with some support just to keep them growing vertical. But I figured let the tree grow on its own a little bit, see if it's gonna grow straight first. Yep, pitchfork. All right, I got the pitchfork. Not quite the right pitchfork for potatoes, but that's what we got, so that's what we're gonna use. All right, we're down at our sweet potato patch. This is in the middle of our in-ground garden. And as you can see, the garden's basically turned back to fields. Our current plan for next year is to focus more on the raised beds and probably turn this area back into field for now. This was kind of an experiment to see what we could grow in an in-ground space versus raised bed. We definitely like our raised beds, and I'm going to be building more raised beds this winter for next spring. All right, these are our sweet potato plants. We will see how these sweet potatoes did. There's a couple little ones. Hopefully we have a lot more down in here once we start digging. I see a couple in there. Let's dig and see what we find. Kind of hard to find them, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so far the potato harvest has not been that eventful. Getting some sweet potatoes, but not that many. So we'll keep searching here. I want to keep after it and see if we can find some more. Well, we did not get that many sweet potatoes. That harvest was not that great. So next year we're definitely gonna be planting more in raised beds. And so we'll try potatoes in raised beds. And I'm hoping that's gonna do a lot better than what we had here. We really did not get that many. Most of the plants had really small potatoes. And then some of them just didn't have any. Some of them are pretty good size. So we'll try to learn from this and try again next year. Let's look through our watermelon patch / field real quick here and see if we have any last watermelon. I don't think we're going to. Watermelon has done so much better in the raised beds. I think that's definitely going to be a theme for us this year. All of our stuff did better in the raised beds. Probably several reasons that I can think of. The soil is a lot more loose, and so I guess plants like that. We can maintain the weeds a lot easier because of that too. In general, it's just a smaller space. Also, I guess we can plant more concentrated in the raised beds. So watering, you can concentrate your water in one specific area. We also added a good amount of compost to the raised beds. We didn't add any compost out here in the in-ground. So I'm sure that had something to do with it as well. So we're learning as we go. Like I said, next year we're going to focus solely on the raised beds. I'm going to build out a raised bed area to kind of finish out what we had planned this winter so that we can plant all in raised beds next spring. I think we're definitely letting this in-ground space just go back to field for now. We'll probably be back here in the coming years to develop this space as well. Well, I did not see any watermelon in this area. I think this garden is basically done. Let's go check. I see a couple tomatoes, so maybe we'll harvest some more tomatoes here. Like you can see here, the frost has gotten all these flowers. So there's a couple tomatoes that are still hanging on. We can harvest those. So I need to come in here, get all these cattle panels down, and pick up our weed fabric that we have in here. Do that before it gets too late in the season. That's one thing on my list to do, kind of to prep the garden for winter. Okay, I have the sweet potatoes on the back porch here. I'm gonna spread the sweet potatoes out on this table just to dry. After the sweet potatoes dry, we can get the dirt knocked off, then we'll move them in the basement with the rest of our onions and garlic. So we had our first frost last week, and we definitely have a couple days coming up this week where we're gonna have a heavy frost. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these watermelon, thinking that they may not last too much longer this week. So they may be a little early, but frost is kind of catching up to us. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them. Definitely got some good watermelon out of our raised beds, so happy about that. We have just a few green beans to harvest here. So I'm gonna get some of those. This will probably be our last green bean harvest, I suppose. All right, well, we got some watermelon and a few green beans. About all the garden has for us this fall. I'm gonna go through and pull all these watermelon vines. They're all burnt off now, so let's get them cleaned out of the garden. And to the compost pile. Picked up these extra pallets a couple weeks ago. So I'm planning to build another set of compost bins, maybe on this side with those pallets. Our two bins there are getting very full, as you can tell, and we really need to stop adding to them so they can just start decomposing real well. But for now, I'm gonna put all of our watermelon vines in there. All right, we have a few tomatoes that can be harvested. All right, just a few tomatoes, not too many. Well, that's a wheelbarrow full of watermelon. So we got lots of watermelon now. All right, I have all the watermelon on the back porch. I'm kind of curious how much they weigh. So I got a scale out here. I'm gonna weigh them and we'll see. First one, 11.5, 6.7, 14.9, 17.1, 15.9, 9.2, 16.2, 7.4, a little one, 4.8, 10.1. All right, well, that's 114 pounds of watermelon. Pretty good harvest for late season like this. Well, that's probably the last harvest of 2022. Like I said, we have some frost coming over this next week, and so I think it's going to burn out any additional produce that we have. There's a few tomatoes out, but they're probably going to be burned out. If you like this video and the other videos we're putting out, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We post videos every Mondays and Thursdays, so be on the lookout for those. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.